it is very important for you to be able to look after yourself when you reach a certain age.
Awesome.
Education is important,
Yeah.
but sometimes we put too much importance on education and forget about the importance of being in the will of the Lord.
My Jamaat family, how are you? Awesome, awesome. In this, the second of two new series I have here. I call this the Word from the Wise. I meet up with a true Jamaican legend, an 85-year-old postal worker who has seen Jamaica through the ages. She's going to share with us some interesting insights into her experiences, but stay until the end because she has some key life learnings and lessons for all of us. Remember though, if you're here for the first time or if you're not yet a part of the Jamaican family, I call it, I invite you to join us. I'm on a journey to showcase what I call the real Jamaica. The real people of Jamaica, people like her. And I don't want you to miss any of that. So hit that subscribe button, tap the bell notification, and that way you'll stay updated on all my latest videos. Let's go to Miss Corey. All right, guys, so here she is, the legend, the retired postal, 85-year-old retired postal worker here in Jamaica, Miss Sylvia Corey, right, Miss Sylvia?
Yes.
Awesome, awesome. And we are curious. We want to hear a little bit more about your experiences and growing up, and your experience, your work in the postal service. Then, would you mind sharing a little bit of that with us?
I was actually born in Ulster Spring in the parish of Trelawney. I'm one of 12 children for my parents.
Woo, 12.
We were 6 girls and 6 boys.
Awesome.
My mother told me that she had to send me to school early because I read out all the books in the house and I wanted her to sit and listen to me while I read. And she had no time for that because she was always having children. Normally you would go to school at 7 and I was taken to school at 6. I didn't mind it because at the age of 13, I was able to take my first Jamaica local examination. And I passed the 3rd Jamaica local exam at age 16. Of course, that didn't allow me to go on further with any job or anything. And my parents didn't afford to send me to a high school. When I heard about the Post and Telegraphs Department, I decided to apply for an interview. And I was accepted. I started training on the 1st of October, 1956. Now, that included Morse code. I don't know how many people nowadays remember Morse code.
Very few, I guarantee you.
Yes, because it used to be used at the railway department. Dots and dashes, and you read from that.
Dots and dashes.
Dots and dashes.
It was a different language by itself.
It was a different language by itself. Though you just hear the instrument going and you who know the Morse code can pick out the different letters and write them to get words. Then we had to do typing. That training took about 9, 10, 11 months. And then I was sent out as a learner of telegraphy to different offices to work.
And speaking of offices, guys, you're gonna learn that Miss Corey here is one of the most organized persons I've ever met. She has a book. She has a book here recording every experience that she has. I'm gonna ask you to, yes, every experience that she has in the post and telegraph system. There you go. You have buff baby and the dates and every single thing. I have never seen anybody as organized as this. Impressive. So, what was the experience like generally though?
You had to learn a lot. You had to know all the post offices, the names of all the post offices in the island. The telegraphs now, you have a bigger office serving the smaller offices by telephone. So you had to know which office is connected to
Oh,
which office.
so the telegraph, from my own education and learning, it's like a telephone of the older version of the telephone.
Yes.
And what essentially is that? For those the younger person who are watching now who needs to.
Well, the telegraphs,
Ah,
the telegrams used to go by what we call a teleprinter,
uh-huh.
and it goes to another teleprinter office.
Uh-huh.
Say, for instance, you have a telegram to go to Orange Bay. You have to know that you have to direct that telegram to Buff Bay, because Orange Bay is connected to Buff Bay by telephone.
No, it's a buff base in St.
In Portland.
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 Yeah, St. Mary Portland side, yes.
Yes.
But Orange Bay is where?
Yes, you have an Orange Bay in Portland.
Oh,
as
I was
well.
thinking of Orange Bay
Orange Bay
in Hanover.
Post Office.
Oh, okay,
Orange
gotcha.
Bay Post Office.
Gotcha. Okay.
So you would have to know where to direct which telegram to go where.
What would you say is probably perhaps the most memorable moment in all that experience? The whole telegraph experience.
Well, in the telegraph experience, I think the most memorable for me is the Morse code that I learned. Because up to this date, if I hear the Morse code, I can read it and write what it is saying.
Outstanding. Outstanding. That's impressive. I want to ask you, I want to segue into current Jamaica now, Miss Corey. You would have seen the transition, how Jamaica has transformed during your 80 odd years. What would you say you miss most from the past?
What I miss is togetherness. When I watch children these days, they don't mix with each other much.
Yeah.
Those days we used to have different games that we play, and we tell stories. Nowadays, everybody is sitting down with either a phone or a tablet. And I don't think they mix much with each other, even in the home.
I have stories where you're in one room and you send a text message to another person in another room to say
exactly
a WhatsApp message to say, "Oh, come to me now," or something like that.
Exactly.
That is what you would have missed more. So the technology has made a big difference, but it has curtailed, it has thwarted, it has really, instead of the social interaction, it has definitely impacted it in a negative way. You think? What about any cultural shift? Anything culturally that you would have noticed?
In growing up, you had to be very polite to each other, to anybody at all. You could never pass somebody on the street without saying good morning or good afternoon.
Yes.
You were taught to say please and thank you.
Yes.
And I think that brings you a long way.
Yes. The social graces.
Yes.
Wow. You're close to 100. In a few years' time, you'll be 100. God's willing. What, from your life experiences, what advice would you give to the younger generation?
The younger generation needs proper training.
Mm-hmm.
I was brought up in a Christian home,
Mm-hmm.
and you always hear this scripture, train up a child in the way he should go, and when he's old, he will not depart from it. And I find that to be very, very good,
Mm-hmm.
because you are taught so much things
Mm-hmm.
just from that training,
Mm-hmm.
and it brings out a lot of good things
Mm-hmm.
in you.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. Is there any other word of advice or wisdom, anything that you would have seen or learned or experienced yourself? Something that you say, you know what? This is something I would tell young persons, a word of caution or whatever it is. Um, just a word that you think would benefit them.
I like I like to deal with love, God's love, because hadn't it been for the love of God, I don't know where I would be. So I still would want to tell everybody, try your best to learn as much as you can about the Lord Jesus. Remember what he went through for you, and try to please him, because he has promised he's coming back, and he's always true to his word. He promises never to leave you alone, and he has lived up to his word, and he will continue to live up to his word.
How important is education, you think,
Education
to
is
young people?
important in young people, and I think each person should try to decide what they want to be or what they want to do in life, and work towards it, because it is very important for you to be able to look after yourself when you reach a certain age. You
Yeah.
don't have to depend on people.
All right. Word from the wise. Word from the
Yes,
wise.
you must at all times be able to get yourself out of a spot.
Yeah.
So
Independently.
yes, you must be able to depend on yourself
Yeah.
and not on somebody else.
Yeah. Awesome.
Education is important,
Yeah.
but sometimes we put too much importance on education and forget about the importance of being in the will of the Lord.
I'm gonna put a wrench in the wheel now. Don't ask you. You said you mentioned know what you want to do early in terms of your education. I have my one of my daughters. I've been kind of juggling the idea. She's I'm not sure if at this point she knows exactly what she wants. She has several things that she's looking at. Is there any word of advice or guide you could provide in that regard?
It's not so easy. I remember I said I wanted to be a nurse,
Nurse.
but when the opportunity came, somebody told me about the post and telegraph, and I decided. I got a letter from the post and telegraph before I got the reply from the nursing.
Mm.
And when I started doing the telegraphs, I fell in love with it.
Okay.
So I didn't bother with the
So it
nursing.
sounds like it's destiny.
Yes, sometimes it's your destiny.
Yes, yes, yes. All right. So we're gonna reminisce a little bit. Tell us a little bit more about this picture, Miss Corey.
I'm in the middle.
Yeah.
The one on my right,
Mm-hmm.
she is Patricia Griffiths,
Mm-hmm.
or was.
Mm-hmm.
And the one on my left is, I remember her first name, Marjorie.
Oh, that's impressive. That's still good. Remember the name? That's good. And how long ago was this?
Oh, this might have been sometime in the
The, the 70s.
70s.
There's something on the back. I wonder if that will shed
No.
in.
Oh, in the
Oh,
early 60s.
oh, it's a myself and telegraph workers, early 60s.
Early 60s.
This, so it's a long time ago.
Early 60s. This is a long time
Yeah.
ago.
Oh, this is nice.
This is a
So this,
long
this is a
time.
dress.
I think this was when I worked in Montego Bay.
Uh-huh.
One of my earlier working in Montego Bay.
Okay, and actually we're gonna transition now to the book, the famous book. All right. So guys, what you're seeing here now, Miss Curry has documented her entire work life. So when I'm looking here, you have at least 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 20, approximately 30 different places that you work. So you have 24 here. So 1 through 2, 24. And then you have Duncan's, which is in Trelawney, Falmouth, Trelawney, what is Montego Bay, 78, and then pre-retirement here. So Buff Bay, look at this, guys. Buff Bay, Hope Bay, St. Anne's Bay, Duncan's, Mandeville, and Leaf 5 weeks, Santa Cruz, Montego Bay, Maypen, Balaclava. So these look like a year or two in between, or like a year and a half, or half a year, sometimes 6 months,
Sometimes 3 weeks.
sometimes 3 weeks. But you are so good so that is why you're all over the place. That's the reason?
No, I think what happened is that because the government provide you with living quarters, they could transfer you anytime because you wouldn't have to go and find somewhere to live. You have a furnished bedroom you're going to, and anywhere they need a clerk, they send you to.
So it's a post and telegraph
Post
clerk.
and telegraph clerk.
But I think you're a little bit just modest though. 'Cause I think you were pretty good. Because if you weren't good, they couldn't send you if you're not good.
Well, possibly. I don't know.
I know as a businessman that you're not gonna send anybody anywhere, right? So you're pretty efficient, man, in what you do.
Yes. When
You agree with me, guys? Give her a like right now. Give her a like. Give her a like. Yes.
when you got to being a postmaster, being in charge,
Yes.
you would remain in that post until you get a promotion and you are transferred to a higher office.
So you went there as a clerk.
Yes.
Well, you went in training and
As a clerk.
training, and then you came. And then at what position did you leave?
I left as regional inspector
Oh,
for
wow.
St. James,
Wonderful.
being in charge of supervising over 30 offices.
30 offices. So you said division, regional.
Regional.
Oh,
It
that's
was a
awesome. So
region.
some people watching now might know your name, man.
Yes, a lot of people still know me.
Yeah, Sylvia Corey. Is the same last name, or your name would have changed?
Same name.
Same name. So some people expect some people to reach out to you. They're gonna say, "See me, Sylvia there." Oh, that's lovely. That's lovely. That's lovely.
Yes.
Miss Corey, I have a small token for you. I don't know if you remember this. Your elderly, you're supposed to know what this is. You know what this is?
Look like chocolate.
Of course, it's chocolate. Old time chocolate. When last you have one of them?
Oh, years.
Yeah, man. All right. Well, this is my little token to you. Enjoy. Drink some good chocolate tea tonight
Okay.
before you go to your bed. Good for you too, not true?
Yes.
All right. There's one more thing, guys. One more thing we could not leave without capturing this. This book here that we talked about earlier, where Miss Curry chronicles her work experiences and all the time that she spent at different places, has more than that. She actually has. What else you have in here? Remind me.
Just some poems.
Some
Poems that are collected from the Sunday cleaners.
Okay. Well, there's one of them that you're gonna share with us, and this one is entitled
Live Today.
"Live Today." You're gonna share that with us. Go ahead.
Live today. Let's live today, not in the past, but in the present new. The past is gone and gone forever. The future looms in view. Let's live today and be resolved to crush the past despair, with purpose set, we must be strong if we would persevere. Let's fight on through frustration, inspired by the will to live, forgive, and moving on, retain our courage still. Let's live today with open mind, away from doubts and fears. Enrich our hearts with peace and love to meet the coming years. G.O.B. Wallace.
Powerful lesson. That's a lesson itself. Thank you so much, Miss Curry, for your time and your wisdom and for being a beacon of inspiration for all of us. Lots of persons would have learned some stuff, would have gotten some inspiration, some encouragement from you. You probably don't even realize how much, but I'm sure you've touched lives, and I want to just thank you and big you up for your contribution to Jamaica's development. You may not have realized it, but what you have done was important too in this journey for us to come where we are now, you know? So we give you thanks. We give you thanks. Thank you.
You're welcome.
There she is, my friend, Miss Curry, a true Jamaican legend, a woman who has contributed much to this country. Give her a like right now. Come on, man, give her a like right now. Not just for her contribution, but you see how much she was organized? You see how organized she was? I admire that. Give her a like as well for that. And share this video with someone. Come on, inspire someone. Send it to some young persons. Let them understand their history, their culture, their heritage. And I'll see you in the next one.